So what I'm hearing is quite a bit of perhaps confusion as well, right? As to like what exactly is love, and I think, how do you even explain such a big concept such as love? And I think different people would define it differently as well. But for the purpose of discussing about healthy relationship, then I think love is actually the affection. You have to start with an affection, meaning like affection would means like the chemistry that you feel, the attraction that you have with each other. Without the attraction, you're just going to be good friends, right? You're not going to progress to like lover or like to something that is deeper. So the role of the affection and infatuation is important to connect at the start, right? Then after that, once all the conversation happened, and then maybe after you have your first fight, then you realize that, actually it's not just love, right? Because we still need to have some kind of a skill to navigate the differences, right? So when you move into a deeper stage of the relationship, then it will require some level of commitment and decision. So at every time that you review, even like as you think about it, you'll be thinking, do I still want this? Right? Am I still committed to this? And if I'm committed to this, what actions should I take? Because you cannot not take action. So a lot of the people that I've met, I realized that they stop at saying, there's a problem. And then they say, okay, let's just let the problem sit there for as long as it can be. Or we can maybe look at the problem for a little bit and then cover it up again, because it's just too much to keep talking about it. So in that case, you are not really cherishing the relationship, are you? You're not really investing in it. You're avoiding it. You're not giving it the environment where it can truly flourish. Right? Yeah. And so the first step, yes, attraction leads to connection, leads to the decision to actually want to make things work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And you were mentioning, this thing of like not wanting to address the problem because it's too much right now. And that's what I used to do in the past. I used to believe that time will take care of it, and, put it under the rug. And it was not.
You're definitely not alone. So we call this conflict avoidant behavior. And many, many people do have that, which is why for conflict avoidant people, they will just bottle it up for as long as they can. And then one fine day, they erupt. And then the partner will be like, how is it that I don't know about this? We've been together for like 10 years or like 5 years or whatever, right? And then say that, why didn't you even tell me about it? Then the person will say, how is it that you can't see that I've been unhappy?
Wow. For me, the answer it was more like, I didn't want to hurt you. That's why I didn't bring it up. And I felt things would... I felt it was for me to accept. It was for me to... I don't know. I was really hoping that this thing would solve itself out. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to hurt the person. I didn't want the person to feel like she was not good enough. She was not... But
Yeah, but then the thing is, if you don't want the hurt person, you ended up building resentment. And then in the end, you decide to leave. That would truly be hurting the other person.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think it is really quite common for people to feel that way. And so they will say things like, I've really tried. I really tried to give you what you need. I really tried to put up with your bad behaviors. I have really tried, and I don't think I can try anymore. So they are talking about their trying in terms of suppressing their emotions. Thinking about like, maybe you don't like this, I'll do something else. You make this request, I'll do it. But then the trying but this is not real trying, because you are using your current repertoire of skills to handle things. You're not learning new skills to handle it. The new skills will be things like, how am I going to have this difficult conversation? How am I going to regulate my emotions so that I can speak with you calmly without raising my voice? What can I do to interrupt the process when I feel overwhelmed so that both of us can actually take a time out, calm ourselves down, soothe ourselves, and then talk about it again? So those are the new skills that I find many couples are lacking. They're not aware of it.
And escaping right now is so easy.
Yeah, it's the easiest.